Yeah. In this session, we are going to discuss about file paths. We have different paths to refer a file or directory. So we'll discuss about file paths, next to file systems, next to directory operations, what are the operations that we can perform on directories, next to some commands like ls command already we have seen and we'll see more options in this, mkdir command, remove directory rmdir command, change directory cd command we discussed it in the earlier session. Again we'll see more. Next to more command, copy command, move, rm and find. Let us open Ubuntu. To open terminal in Ubuntu operating system, Control Alt T. I'm going to maximize this. So path is nothing but the location. Path of a file or path of a directory is nothing but the location of file or the location of directory where this file present. See, suppose now in the home directory I have one directory that is CSR. I am changing into this directory. Here I have some files and directories present in this. Here I want to see the content present in this file sri.txt. This particular file present in CSR directory, this CSR directory is present under the home directory. Home directory symbol is tilde symbol. So this is the home directory symbol which I am going to highlight. This is the home directory symbol. Okay. Suppose I am in this root directory. If you want, you can check this present working directory. You are in this CSR directory and this CSR is present in HD user directory, HD user under home, home under root directory. Let me close this. Yes. Okay. Suppose I am changing to root directory. Okay, now I am in root directory. I want to see the content present in this file sri.txt. Here if I say to see the file content, we can use cat command. Cat space sri.txt. Is it going to display the content of this file? No, it is not going to display the content. Why? Because this file present in CSR directory. CSR is under home directory. Now here if I say cat sri.txt, it displays some error message. Displays some error message like no such file or directory. Here from the root directory, if you want to see the content of this file, here you need to specify the path or specify the location where this file exists. Then only this Unix operating system knows the file and it can able to display the content. Here I am saying that like cat space root /home /hd user /csr / now here I am saying that sri.txt. Now if I press enter here, it is going to display the content. This is the file content. This is the information present in this file. Okay. Now no error, we got the output. Without any error we got the output, means the command is executed, cat command. this cat command displayed the content of file sri.txt. See, suppose now I am going to change into this directory CSR using cd command. Now I am in CSR directory. Here I am going to display the content of this file sri.txt, cat space sri.txt. Here it displayed the file content. But see here, in both cases, in this first case which is highlighted and the second case which I am going to highlight, in these two cases I am going to see the content of a file, that is sri.txt. But if you see the path of a file, or if you see after the cat, there is a difference between these two. What is the difference? That is path, file path. Here this particular path, here we did not specify any path for this file. Why? Because this file is present in the current working directory. This file is present in the current working directory. We are in CSR directory. In this directory, in this CSR directory, the file is present. So here no need to specify any path. It is exactly similar to like we are in this house, no need to refer this house. Suppose if you want to refer some other neighbor house, we need to specify the name, flat number, road, like this. Okay, we need to specify complete address of that particular person. Now we are inside the house, we need not to specify the address. Directly we can refer our own house or where we are in. Okay, in the same way, this file sri.txt is present in this CSR directory. So here, while displaying the content of this file, we are not specifying any path of this file. So this kind of path is nothing but relative path. Relative path. So relative path is nothing but shortcut. No need to specify the complete path. That is nothing but relative path. Here we need not to specify complete address or location of this file. Okay, so a relative path is the path from the working directory to the file. The definition is relative path is nothing but the path from the working directory to the file. So here sri.txt is the file. This is present in the working directory. So here we are not specifying any path for this. Coming back to the definition, again I repeat the definition. A relative path is the path from the working directory to the file. From the working directory to the file. It means, see, here in this CSR directory, there is a subdirectory, that is dir1. I am going to change into this directory dir2. I am going to change into this directory dir2. Let us see what is there in this. No files, no directories. So total 0 are there. Here I am creating one simple file, sample file. The file name is test.txt, and here I am going to input some text into this file. The file content is also same, sample file. Here I am going to save this file. To save the file in VI editor and quit from the VI editor. To save the file, use the command W, and to quit, Q. Press enter. Saved and quit. ls -lrt. So there is a file test. Now I am moving to the parent of this directory. Now the current working directory is dir2. I am changing to parent of this directory. The parent of dir2 is CSR. So cd space is mandatory, minimum one or more is allowed. Cd dot dot. So this command will dot dot is a parent. It refers the parent of the current directory. So dot dot will take you to parent of the current directory. Now CSR. We are in CSR directory. Now the requirement is I want to see the content or information present in this test.txt file. I want to see the content of this file, test.txt file. Where this file exists? This file is present in this directory dir2. Where this dir2 present? It is under CSR directory. What is our present working directory? CSR. So this dir2 directory is present under CSR directory, and our present working directory is also CSR. So from this directory, I want to see the content of test.txt file. Here if I say cat test.txt, it is not going to display the content. Why? Because this file is not present in this CSR directory. It is present under dir2. Okay. Now to display the content, I am going to change this command like cat space. Here I am going to specify the address. Here I am going to specify the address of this file like dir2 slash test.txt. Here from here I am saying like dir2 slash test.txt. I am not giving the complete path like slash, that is root, slash home, slash hd user, slash csr, slash dir2, slash test.txt. I am not giving this path. Here I am giving the path only dir2 slash test.txt. Now see the output. Yes, we got output. Now here I am using another command like cat space. Now here I am giving the complete path like home slash hd user slash csr slash dir2. Now slash file name, that is test.txt. Now press enter and see whether it is going to display the content of this file or not. Yes, it is going to display. But here the difference is, here we specified one kind of path. This is some shortcut path. Here we specified the complete path from the root. Here we use root symbol. See, which I am going to highlight. Here we use first one is root. So from the root, it will keep on checking for this file in this particular path, like first root, next home directory, next hd user directory, next csr directory, next dir2 directory. In this dir2 directory, it will check whether the file test.txt is present or not. If it is present, it will display the content. This complete path, specifying the complete path from the root, is called absolute path. Specifying the shortcut path means from the working directory to the file location. That path is nothing but relative path. So here we have two kinds of path. One is relative, another one is absolute. Absolute path is nothing but this one, specifying the path or location of a file or directory. File or directory, it can be anything. It can be a file or it can be a directory. Okay. So in our case, in this case, we are specifying the file path. Okay. Next we will see when we are dealing with some directory operations, that time we will see path of a directory. Okay. So cat, coming back to absolute path, specifying the path from the root directory to the file. That path is nothing but absolute path. So here this path is nothing but absolute path. Here in this case, we specified the file path right from the root directory to the file. Okay. So next one is a relative path. So from this directory CSR, working directory, present working directory, we are specifying the location of this file. So this path is nothing but relative path. Relative path is nothing but it is a shortcut method. Okay. So specifying, instead of specifying the path from the root, we are specifying the path from the working directory to the file. Okay. So these are two kinds of file paths or directory paths. One is relative path, another one is absolute path. Okay, fine. So we'll try to see more examples on this relative and see absolute path. Anyway, we are going to specify right from the root directory. Okay, so we'll try to see more examples on relative path. I'm going to clear this screen. See here, I'm going to see the information in this CSR directory using this command. Now here I'm going to change into this directory dir2 or dir1. Let us say dir1. Now I'm in dir1. From here I want to see the content present in this file sri.txt. Here the simple requirement is I want to see the file content of this file sri.txt. What is the location of this file? The location of this file is CSR directory. Where the CSR directory present? This is under home directory. What is our present working directory? dir1. Okay. So from this dir1, I want to see the content of file which is present in CSR. This CSR is the parent of this dir1. What is CSR? CSR is the parent of this dir1. Okay. Now the command to display the content of a file, that is cat. Okay, fine, cat. Is the file sri.txt present in this directory? No. Where it present? It present in the parent of this directory. So what is the parent symbol? Dot dot slash. So this dot dot will take you to parent of this directory, that is CSR. Slash. What is the file name? Sri.txt. Will it work? Absolutely. Why? Because cat means it is going to display file content. What is that file? Sri.txt. Where this Sri.txt exists? It exists in the parent of this present working directory. It present in parent of the present working directory. That's why here dot dot. This dot dot will take you to parent location. In the parent location, it will search for this file Sri.txt. If this file present, it is going to display. Okay, simple. Now just execute the command and see the output. If there is any error, if there is any problem in this command part, area, we'll get some error. Okay, so without an error, if you get the output, this command is good. Okay, so we'll get the output. See, we got this output. Means the command is executed. What is that command? This command is going to display the file content. The file is present under the parent of the present working directory. That's why cat space dot dot. This dot dot is the symbol for parent directory. Slash Sri.txt. So first it will search for this file in the parent of this directory, and if this file present, it is going to display. Yes, it is displayed the file content. Why? Because this file is under parent of this present working directory. Okay, so this is one way. This kind of file path is nothing but relative path. The same thing I can also display like cat slash what is that, home directory. So for the home directory here, instead of /home/hd user, I can use the symbol, that is tilde symbol. Slash, it refers the home directory, that is slash, that first slash is the root directory. Just let me show you that part. Okay, PWD. Okay, so here cat. So first tilde symbol. This tilde symbol will refer the home directory. That home directory is this one. In this home directory, first slash is the root directory. It is the root. Fine. So home directory slash csr slash 3.txt. Now, is this particular path is relative path or absolute path? So it is relative path because here we use some shortcut form. So before going to discuss that, let us see the output, whether it is going to display the output or not. Output of this file or not. Yes, it displayed. Coming back to the path type. This is relative path. Why? Because here we used some shortcut method to refer this file 3.txt. What is the absolute path for this 3.txt? I'll show you. Cat slash home slash hd user slash now csr slash 3.txt. Okay. What is your present working directory? dir1. This is under csr. It is under home. Fine. Here we specified the path, that is full path of this file, complete path of this file, right from the root directory. That's why this is absolute path. Press enter and see the output whether it is going to display it or not. Yes, displayed. From here, if you observe, in this case, it is going to display the content of the file. In this case, it is displayed the content of file. In this case also, it displayed the content of file. But here, in the first case, we used relative path. In the second case also, we used relative path. And in the third case, we used absolute path. So, the path of a file or directory can be anything, but if it is in short form, then we can call it as a relative path. So relative path is nothing but file or directory location right from the working directory. So here why we specified backslash means from this working directory I should move to parent, then only display the file content. First, I should move to parent of this directory. Why should I move? Because 3.txt is present in this directory. So I should move to parent. So from this working directory, I am changing to parent. So here we are specifying the file location right from the working directory. That's why this is relative path. Here also, in this case also, this cat, this first symbol is home. Okay. From this working directory, I am changing to home first, then csr and file search. If file present, display the content. Otherwise, an error. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Next, we will move to next topic. That is file system. In Unix operating system, a file system has 4 structural sections. We will see what are those and what is the importance of those sections. Yes, let me minimize this. Yes, few minutes. Let me draw this. So it is a kind of theory, but it is important. So in Unix, a file system has 4 structural sections. We'll see what are those sections. One is boot block section or block. Second one is super block. Third one is inode block. This is the actual one, and as a user we use this block, that is data block or blocks, data blocks. So this is your file system or structure in Unix operating system. We'll see one by one. If you have any idea about DOS operating system or Windows operating system, let us take Windows operating system. In Windows operating system, if you switch on the computer, if you on the power on the computer to get the desktop screen, so power on and getting the desktop, so between these two there will be some time. It takes some time. In this time, the first and foremost thing is loading the bootable files. Loading the bootable. This we call it as a booting process. We call it as a booting process. Okay. So from the disk there will be some boot block. This boot block contains the system files, bootable files, which are needed to run this operating system. So this block contains those files. So those files will be loaded into the system first. Similarly, in Unix operating system also, first we have boot block. So when this operating system is started, these boot programs are used to load kernel into the memory. What is kernel? It is very near to the operating system. Sorry, it is very near to the hardware. So first hardware in Unix operating system, if you remember the architecture, hardware, above the hardware kernel, above the kernel shell, above the shell user. So user always interact with the shell. Shell is going to submit your queries or programs to the kernel, and kernel will execute at hardware level, right? So this boot block contains some boot programs. These programs are used to load the kernel into the memory. Then only once it is loaded, all the commands or programs which we submit, those can be executed at the hardware level. Okay. So this is boot block. So this block contains boot programs, in simple words. Next one is super block. This super block is exactly next to the, it's all some kind of memory area only. Again, it is a memory area. Okay, fine. So what is super block? Super block is, it is just next to the boot block. It contains the information about the file system. It contains information about the file system. Means how many files are there in your system, how many files are there, how much memory is occupied for a particular file. in which date it is created. Complete information about the files is located at superblock. This superblock contains the file system information. Next one is inode. This is next to the superblock. Inode block. I means information. Information node block. So this node block contains the information of owner. Who is the owner? This particular file belongs to which group? We'll see all groups, users and others. Okay, so here we have three kinds: group, users and others. We'll discuss one by one, owner and all. Okay, so who is this inode? I means information node block. This node block contains information about the file, one particular file. Every file has one inode block. So this inode block contains the information of file owner. File belongs to which group? Means group information. File type, file permissions. I guess in the last but one session we discussed about permissions like read permission, write permission, executable. Again we will see in detail about the permissions. Next to time information, address information, in which location, memory area this particular file is located. Okay, so every file will contain one inode block, and this inode block contains the information about the file. What is the difference between super block and inode block? Super block contains high level information about all files present in your system. High level information is nothing but what is the file, file name, file occupied memory, where it is located, how many files are there, how much memory is occupied, how much is free. Okay, so this one. This inode contains detailed information about the file. This one is super block is about all files in the system. This one is about one file information. That is the difference. Okay, it will give you complete information. This inode block will give you complete information about one file. Fine. Next to data blocks. So this is the actual block. As a user we use this. Okay, so rest of three taken care by your operating system. We need not to worry about this. Whenever you create a file, the respective block will be updated. Okay, so as a user, whenever you create a file, your file is going to locate or store into data blocks only. Okay, so this is the actual user usage area. Okay, fine. So this is about file system. So in Unix operating system, a file system has four structural sections or blocks, that is boot block, super block, inode block and data block. So this data block used by the users or what you call system users to store user files. It contains actual user files. If you create a file, your file is going to store into this location. If you create one directory, the memory will be allocated from the data blocks area only. If you create a file, the memory will be allocated from this data blocks. Okay, so the file can be anything. It can be some special kind of file, regular file, any kind of file which you created. Okay, that file is going to store into this data block. Fine. We'll move to next topic. I guess it is clear. So next topic is directory operations. So what are the general operations that we can perform on directories or files also? So generally we can create a file. First we will discuss about file. Already we have seen all these operations when we discussed about VI editor and creating files using VI editor. So again, suppose if you take a file, and what are the general operations that we can perform on a file? We can create a file, in a particular directory. We can change file name. We can move file from one location to other location. We can delete a file. We can edit file. Means editing is nothing but adding some new content or deleting an existing content from the file. So these are all editing operations. Inserting some text or characters into the file, deleting characters or letters from the file, moving some lines from one location to other location in a file. These are all some kind of operations, editing operations in a file. Coming back to file operations, creating files, deleting files, renaming files, moving files from one location to other location. In the same way, we can do some operations on directories as well. What are the general operations on directories? Those operations are locating directories, like checking the directory using, suppose I am checking what is my present working directory. What is my present working directory? So using PSD, PWD, present working directory. So using this command, we can locate or search or check the present working directory. We can locate a directories exist or not in a particular path or location. So this is also one kind of operation on directory. Next, listing the directories. What are all directories present in this present working directory? What are all directories present under the working directory? So these directories we can call it as a subdirectories. Okay, so this is also one kind of operation on directories. Creating new directories, changing into some other directory, removing directories, renaming directories. So these are all directory operations. We will discuss more about all these operations when we discuss about the command. To create a directory, there is a command mkdir. We will discuss about this here. Mkdir. To remove a directory, there is a command rmdir. To change directory, we have cd command. To move directory from one location to other location, we have one command, that is mv. To remove a directory, we have one command, that is rm, remove directory, or rmdir. Rmdir command will remove the directory. We'll see all those when we're going to discuss about this. Okay, fine. So next command is ls command. Ls means this command, list directory command. This ls command is a list directory command. This command will list the content of a directory, the information in a directory. Already we discussed, but we'll see more options in this directory. Let us open this HD user. Fine. We are in this dir one. I'm going to change into home. I'm going to clear the screen. To clear the screen, clear, clear screen. So this command is going to clear your screen. Clearing is nothing but, actually it is not going to erase anything. Simply it will scroll your screen 24 lines up. It will scroll your screen 24 lines up, so that you will get the new empty lines. So your screen will appear like it is clear. See here, clear. Whatever the previous information present in this area, is it cleared? No. We will check. We can check that. Just to scroll up. See, some lines, 24 lines are scrolled up. That's it. Clearing screen is nothing but your screen size is 24 lines. So 24 lines of screen is scrolled up. Then you can feel it as the completely, your screen is completely cleared. Okay, fine. This is the command, right? Now we are going to discuss about ls command. Ls is list directory command, it is going to list the content in a directory. Okay, so we are in home directory. To display the content of this directory, use ls command. So it will display all files and directories present in your directory, in your working directory. Now there are some options with this command ls. For long listing, you can use -l, ls -l. Your option will precede with minus symbol. Okay, fine. ls -l. This is long listing. Means long listing is nothing but not listing very long. Long listing is nothing but displaying the complete information about the files and directories, like what is the group or user, what is the group name, username, how much memory is occupied for this particular file or directory. This is the memory occupied for this particular directory, and date, time it was created. So complete long listing information, complete information about it. Fine. Coming back to options, more options of this command. So for long list, you can use -l option. If you want to display working directory, you can use ls -d command. It will display your working directory. Your working directory. If you see the working directory, what it displayed? Just a dot symbol. Just a dot symbol. This is your working directory. This is your working directory. We'll see more examples on this working directory in the coming examples. Fine. So a working directory also or can be referred with the symbol that is dot symbol. Yesterday we discussed it. Parent directory dot dot. Home directory tilde symbol. Root directory slash. And working directory dot symbol. Dot symbol. We'll see more examples when we discuss about some copy commands or move commands. Okay, fine. So to display working directory, you can use -d, ls -d. If you use, you can combine some options. You can combine some options like ls -ld, long listing and working directory. Which one is executed? The working directory with long listing. The working directory with long listing means working directory complete information. That's it. Means this home working directory is home. This home directory information. Fine. Next option ls -n option. So this n is for user or group IDs. See, user or group IDs. If you observe the previous output using ls -l and the current output using ls -n, here it displayed the group name and username. Group name, username. But here it displayed group ID and user ID. For every group, there will be unique ID. For every group, there will be some ID, user or group. There will be some ID. So it displayed that particular ID. So to see your user group or user ID, you can use the option -n. It will display, in this case, user group, in this case, user group and username, both are same, but in real time, these two might be different. Okay, so the logged in user name will be different and the group name can be different. In a particular group, there might be a number of users. In a group, in a classroom, there are some different students with roll numbers. In the same way, in a group, there will be n number of users. So in real time, the user name and group name may or may not be same. There will be different group name and username. Okay, so for all the users who are present in that group, for all the users who are present in that group, for all of them, there will be same group name, but username will be varies based on the user who logged in, based on the user who logged in. Okay, fine. So here we are discussing about the minus n option. This minus n will display group or user ID. Okay, so that is 1000. Fine. Next option ls minus r. R is nothing but recursive. R is nothing but recursive. Before going to see this, first see the output of this command ls minus l. In this CSR directory, there are some subdirectories as we have seen earlier. We know that there are some subdirectories like, go back and see. There are some subdirectories under the CSR. There are some subdirectories like dir1, dir2. Okay, so directory example 1, Apple. So these are some subdirectories under this CSR directory, right? But if you display the content of this present working directory, here it is displaying only the directories or files present under this. If you want to see the files or directories recursively in subdirectories and subdirectories, then you can use this command ls minus r. Now see the output difference. Actually, it should display recursively. Sorry. This minus r is reverse order. Okay, only ls means it is going to display in this order. CSR, sorry. Oh, ls minus r and ls. If you see the difference between these two commands, minus r is nothing but reverse order. ls means it will display or list the files and directories based on the alphabetical order. First C, the directories or file starts with C. Next D. These are all in ascending. So first one is D. For all these three are starts with D character only. Then it will check the second character. So E first. That's why desktop. Next documents. Next downloads. So in documents and downloads, first two letters are same, but the third character C first. That's why documents is listed first. Next downloads and so on. So ending with V. So ls will list the directories or files based on the alphabetical order. This minus r is reverse order. First V means highest, means Z to A. Here in this case ls A to Z. In this minus r Z to A. Simple. Exactly reverse of this ls. Okay, minus r is for reverse. Next one is T. T means time. ls minus T. See, here it is displaying based on the time factor only. Based on the time factor only. But to see the difference, you can combine options. ls minus L. L is for long listing. Next to T. Fine, means long list and time based. See this. This file was created on June 22nd. Means this is the latest file, recently created, last created. So before this directory or file, this file was created. This file was created on June 21st, 9:43. Right? So before this, this directory was created, before this so and so. Suppose you want to get the latest one at the end, then you can reverse the order. See the requirement, very simple. You want to list the files and directories, but the listing should be like the recently created should be at the end. Why? Because see, here we have only some around 10 or 15 files and directories. In your real time, your directory may contain some hundreds of files or directories. Then you want to see the latest one. You want to see the latest one. If you say ls minus cell, it will display the list, long list. It will display the complete list. But you will see at the end, you will see the first file which was created or first directory which was created. It can be some big at the beginning. The recent file at the beginning means you need to scroll up to see the file. You need to scroll up to see the file. Why? Because a recently created file was at the top. So you are able to see last 24 lines of information using ls minus l, and if there are some 100 files in the directory, if you use ls minus l, you will be able to see only last 24 lines of files and directories listing. And in this listing, whatever the information you are seeing, this listing is not in based on the alphabetical order. Okay, so to get the recent files, first you can reverse the order. ls minus l means long listing, t means time factor based on the time, r means reverse order. See this output. See this output from latest to old. So this one is latest to old, means last you are able to see the old one. Last you are able to see the old one which was created in April 26, 829. Ending you are able to see the old information which was created April 26, 829. Okay, but now I am going to display in reverse order. I am going to display in the reverse order. See the output. See the output. Now it is reverse. Now at the end, you are able to see the recent, last created or modified file or directory. Recent created file or directory. Why we are seeing like this? The reason is simple. Suppose if your directory contains some hundreds of files or directories, to see the latest one, you can use the reverse. You can use the reverse, that is R symbol. So R option. Okay. So here we combined three options. One is L, another one is T, next one is R. So L is listing a directory, minus L long listing, T based on the time in reverse order. The combining meaning of this command is list files or directories in this present working directory as long listing based on time in reverse order. Based on time in reverse order. Okay. So time in reverse order. Right. So this is T option. Next one is, so these are the options we use frequently. So next example is, sorry, as I told you, to see the directories information recursively. So ls minus l means it will display only files and directories present in this directory. Only files and directories present in this directory, not the subdirectory information. Not the subdirectory information. To see the subdirectories and their subdirectories information, you can use this option ls minus capital R. Sorry, capital R. So long listing, here I am saying that capital R. Now see the output. Yes, recursively it displayed the information. Now go back and see. So this is the actual information, means what are the files and directories present in this. It is exactly similar to ls command. Next, it is taking this first directory and it is trying to display the information present in this CSR. Okay, so next in the CSR there is a subdirectory Apple, there is a subdirectory dir1, there is a subdirectory dir2, there is a subdirectory directory example, there is a subdirectory directory example1. Now see next line, it is going to display the information of this Apple. There is nothing, it is empty directory, so empty. Next it is going to display the directory information, that is dir1 information. So in dir1 we have two subdirectories. Again it is going to display the subdirectory information also. See this one. So up to here this is the directory 1 and dir3 is the subdirectory information. So in dir3 there is a file. So -r is nothing but recursively from the present working directory. Recursively it will keep on checking directories, subdirectories. It will display the complete information, but from the working directory, not from the root directory. If you want to display the information right from the root recursively, then you can write the command like this: ls -r means recursively space. Here you can specify the path. Now I am saying root. So right from the root, it will display the information recursively. Yes, this is the information right from your root. It takes some time. Why? Because there are hundreds and thousands of files present in directories and subdirectories. If you want to kill this in the middle, you can press Ctrl C to kill the operation or action. Okay. See, this is the complete information right from the root. Okay. Now, just I'm clearing the screen. ls -r. Now I'm in home directory. From this home directory, I want to see only CSR directory information recursively. Listen carefully. ls -r is listing recursively. This is capital R for recursive, capital R for reverse order, small r. Okay, fine. So this one is capital R, ls -r, list recursively in this CSR directory. Here we are specifying the path. So it is not going to display recursively in the working directory. It is going to display in the relative path which is specified. It is going to display the directory path which is specified. Now press enter. It is starting from CSR, not from the home directory. It is starting from the CSR directory. So in this CSR directory, see the first line, it is going to list in the CSR. These are the files and directories in the CSR. From this location, recursively it is going to list the information or content. I think it is clear. So this is one option we can use frequently. So ls option, ls -l, -r, small r or capital R, ls -t based on the time. Next one is, if you want to print one column only, then we can use ls -1. It will print only one column. See, ls will print in a row format. If you want print line by line, means row wise, then we can use ls -1. So it will print only one column. You might get some doubt, like if I say ls minus 2, will it print 2 lines? No, this is invalid. Okay, only file names. ls is for listing file names and directories. So file names and directories will present in only one column, right? So ls minus 1. So it will print files and directories in a row format, means column format. Here in a row, in a single row, here column wise, in one column, right? So this is another option. If you want to see inode information, we discussed about inode. Inode, it contains information. I means information node. Okay, so inode block information. Then you can use ls minus I. I means inode information. Here this is the inode information. For this particular directory, this is the, we can say this is some identification, like just like your user ID or group ID. Okay, ls minus ai. See here minus a. This option A is for hidden files. It will display hidden files. I'll show you with only minus a option. ls minus a. See here ls minus a will display all your hidden files. Even in CSR directory, I guess we created one file, one hidden file. Okay, we'll check there also. Okay, fine. So these are the hidden files present in your home directory. In the last session, we opened this hidden file profile. In Unix operating system, the profile and bash RC, these two are important files. Whenever a user logged into the system, by default, these two files will be executed. If you have knowledge of DOS operating system, it is similar to batch files. It is similar to batch files. Whenever you log into the DOS operating system, batch files will be automatically executed. So whatever is there in batch files, that will be executed automatically. In the same way, bash RC and profile, these two are files which will be executed automatically when you log into your account, when you log into your Unix, when you log into your Ubuntu operating system, whatever it may be. Okay, fine. Then what is the difference between bash RC and profile? What is the difference between bash RC and profile? This bash RC will be executed when you log into the system, as well as profile will also be executed. But if you made some changes in this bash RC, and those changes will affect in the next login, if you take profile, so this will be done automatically. Profile is nothing but if you made some changes in this profile file, and if you want to affect those changes, then you can run this profile file in your login area. You can run this profile in your login area. We will see with one example quickly, and we'll go back to our commands. Just I'm going to open this file, profile. Yes, here I'm doing some changes, like I'm creating one alias for my directory CSR, So that alias name is C equals to, here I am specifying the command cd space slash, okay, I'll start from home slash CSR. Fine. WQ, I am saving this and quit from this. Fine. Now, if I say C here, it is saying that command not found. The reason is we created one alias for my directory, own directory, but it is not recognizing. Why? Because this profile file is modified after my login. I am already logged in. Some time back, I already logged in. That's why I need to run this profile file manually. See how to run this? Dot. This dot will run the file space dot profile dot. Sorry. First, let me check with this. Otherwise, we need to specify that. Dot profile. Yes, it is executed. No error means this is executed, means we ran this profile file, means whatever the commands specified in the profile are executed again. So these commands were executed when I logged into the system sometime back. Now again I rerun this file using this dot space file name, that is dot profile. What is this dot before file name? This is hidden file. Fine. Now here I am typing C and press enter. See the effect. Where we are now? We are in home directory. Here I am saying that C. Where you are now? You are in CSR directory. Automatically you move to CSR. Now see CLR, clear screen. Now I am changing to my home directory, sorry, root directory. This is your present directory. Now here I am saying only C and press enter. Where you are now? CSR directory. What is C? C is an alias name for one command. That command is cd space some home directory symbol slash CSR. So whenever you are saying C, it refers that particular command, and that command will be executed. Fine. So this is the difference between, coming back to difference between profile and bash RC. Let me show you again those two hidden files. Alright. So now we are in home directory. Generally all your system files will be present in the home directory only. Okay. Now how to display hidden files? -A option. A for hidden files. Now see, bash RC and profile. Generally we use these two. These are also local, gconfig. These are also some system files only. All these files are used by the system. All your SSH information will present in this. Okay. So these are all system files only. But as a user, you can interact or you can use in your real time these two files, bash RC and profile. You use these two only. Okay. So depends on the user, like if the user is some networking program or he is dealing with some system programming, then he might use all these files. Okay. But generally as a developer, we use profile and bash RC as per the requirement whenever we require. Fine. Coming back to our ls command, what are the options we have seen? We have discussed. One is ls -l. L is for long listing. A quick review. L is for long listing. D for working directory, that is dot. Okay. So next one, suppose if I say -LD, then the working directory, that is dot, will be long listed, means it will display the complete, what is the permissions, size, who is the group, user, everything. Fine. -L for long listing, D for working directory, or reverse order, T time. Next, capital R for recursively directories, subdirectories, second subdirectories. Next, one means only one column, means files and directories will be listed in the column wise. If you use only ls, it will display files and directories row wise. Here column wise, that too only one column. Okay, so these are the options generally, frequently we use in real time. I guess it is clear. We'll wait for some time.